They really tried to write this man off. Charles Barkley and Shaq laughed at him last year after they saw a video of him warming up. Jay Williams speculated that Zion didn't want to be in New Orleans after hearing Brian Windhorst report that his rehab from foot surgery wasn't going well and that he was away from the team. Even former teammate JJ Redick called Zion a detached teammate for not speaking to CJ McCollum right away when the Pelicans traded for him last season. And all you gotta do is look up Zion Williamson bust on YouTube and you'll find plenty of videos supporting this statement. Add on to this the emergence of a young superstar and the guy drafted right after him in Ja Morant, the Zion bust narrative was picking up steam. To be fair, before the start of the 2022-23 season, Zion only suited up 85 times compared to 117 games missed since being drafted first overall in 2019. He suffered various different injuries, underwent foot surgery, and became visibly overweight. I'm not condemning anyone who had concerns, but today I am coming at everyone who tried to prematurely label him as a bust. Because what we don't see is that NBA players are professionals surrounded by other professionals whose job is to help them recover and train to be the best they can be on the floor. And whoever Zion had around him in his personal life and within the Pelicans organization clearly never gave up on him despite the negativity coming his way. I did a short back in 2021 on Zion's dominance on the floor. When he was able to play, he was an unstoppable force around the rim and clearly possessed the skill and demonstrated the ability to be an impact player in the league. Now he's showing that for a scary, young, and hungry team in the West. So today, we'll look at how Zion has changed the perception and direction of his career in only a short amount of time after signing a max contract extension. We'll break down some plays from Zion on the Pelicans' impressive 7-game winning streak and look at how this situation exposes how we live in a microwave culture, and we'll wrap up with realistic expectations for the Pelicans. This is Topic Tackle. Let's go. What's good, people? JC3 here. Appreciate you tuning in once again to Topic Tackle, where we dive deep into the basketball world, seeing through the storylines and narratives to give you the perspective that the media doesn't venture to. If you're tired of shallow analysis and want to become a deep diver, go ahead and hit subscribe and leave a like on this video. As always, I appreciate it. After Zion signed his 5-year max rookie contract extension, it was clear the Pelicans had placed their trust in him, and now it was time for him to deliver like they knew he could. And the hope was that Zion would be able to jump right onto the Magic school bus that the Pelicans were driving to end the 2022 season after trading for CJ McCollum, turning their season around, making it through the play-in tournament, and somehow giving the 64-win Phoenix Suns a run for their money in the first round. The future for the Pelicans looked bright. And as of the time of this video, Zion has become the bus driver on the Pelicans' 7-game win streak that has propelled them to number 1 in the West. I doubt Charles Barkley saw this man driving the leading team's bus in the Western Conference. The Pelicans were right about things people sleep on. Currently on the season, Zion is averaging 25 points per game on 60.9% from the field, while attempting just 15.7 shots per game. The only other 2 players to do that in NBA history were, ironically, Charles Barkley and Amari Stoudemire. The Pelicans have been without Brandon Ingram for all 7 games on their win streak and without Herb Jones for 5 of them. And despite this, Zion has averaged 30 points on 67% from the field, 9.1 rebounds, and 5.3 assists throughout the streak. So let's get into the footage and see how he's getting it done. All right, this is Zion against the Oklahoma City Thunder now. And a lot of these plays, what I want you to notice is his simple, quick, strong and efficient game. It's already starting right there. Look at that quick little half spin and the distance he creates between the defender. He uses his strength. The main things, and he flexes right there if you didn't see that. The main thing Zion does really well, and what I want us to focus in on during these highlights, is his spin move, his quick first step. Nothing fancy. He gets to the basket. He finishes through contact with strength. And he played the point guard position ever since he was a little kid, so he knows how to handle the ball. His ability to get back to his left hand is very impressive as well, and you got to think defense has got to know he's going to go left, but somehow he's able to contort his body and still get there a lot. All right, so I've kind of talked through it. Let's start breaking down these plays now. Look at that wraparound pass, and you can see on this upcoming view here, the eyes of Zion. This is very impressive. Looking off the defense, he's looking away from Valanciunas, but knows he's got him there. Great wraparound pass, and then, of course, the athleticism and defense. You know, that's one of the main parts of his game. He's been doing this since high school. All right, Zion is a freak athlete. Now look at this double team coming, spins back to his left, and he's able to hang in the air and dunk it? I mean, come on, people, you got to be kidding me. Now here's a game at the Spurs here. We just saw the OKC Thunder and Toronto Raptors. Now he's at the Spurs. Look at this. The defense was set on that possession. He's able to drive to the rim anyway and get to the left hand. Impressive. And of course, another one of these chase down blocks. That's going up off his, his offhand right there. That's impressive. Now he's at home, and he's got a matchup here. Okay, Aaron Gordon is like 6'8" or 9". He's going up against Jokic as well, and he's going up against more tall defenders here, and he's able to spin around him. Again, the spin move is a point of emphasis, as I mentioned earlier. Look at this against Aaron Gordon right here. Able to contort his body, get back to that left hand. That is so impressive. Now, this is at home against Detroit, going against Marvin Bagley, another tall guy, about 6'10". Spin move, super fast. How about that? Able to recover off the weak side and anticipate the miss. Crashing the boards. How about this right here? Look at this. Using the strength, bump off, but not, picking up an offensive foul, get back to the left hand. How about this? He can drive right as well, people. Now, he's not going to do that as often. In a lot of these clips, he's able to get back to his left hand, even here, left hand on the right side, but able to get around bridges and kind of scoop it in with the left hand. That is impressive. Now, check out that spin move. Look at how fast that is. Crossover to the spin. Here's an alternate view via the Pelicans media team. Look at that. I mean, what are you supposed to do? When you spin that fast, you're that under control. I don't think we understand how hard that is. And having played just, pick-up basketball, I know how hard that is, and doing it at full speed on a professional level is impressive. Now, these are two plays against Jock Lando here. The first one, he called him too small. First of all, he's calling a 7-footer too small. How do you do that? Now, look at this jelly layup right here. His ability to hang in the air is very impressive. And then here's that 360 windmill to end the game. More on that coming up in the video soon. Now, the last game against the Suns. If he can get this in his arsenal, it's going to be very impressive. The fadeaway mid-range jumper. And he's going up against DeAndre Ayton a lot here. That's the personnel switch that Monty Williams decided to do for the Suns to put him on Zion. But now Zion realizes he's got a big on him. He's hitting threes because Ayton is backed up. I don't even understand about that play right there. I mean, he's the second effort, the second jump, very impressive. Here's Zion's second three of the game right here. And if he can lace that, that's when he gets to a level that's nearly unguardable. And then look at that. Able to get to the left side of the basket. Super impressive, Zion Williamson. Any questions about Zion wanting to play or being a competitor or not can be thrown out the window now, especially after those two statement wins over the Suns. And Phoenix has a history of running up the score, so if you want to see why Zion threw down the 360 windmill, you can check out my previous video on the main problem with the Suns. I'll link it in the description and pinned comment. Besides the Suns and a lot of media personalities being exposed by Zion's current level of play, the situation shines a much-needed beam, and I'm not talking Sacramento. Shout out to the Kings, though. I'll get to a video on y'all down the road. Don't worry about it. It shines a much-needed beam on the microwave culture that we find ourselves in this society. If we're being honest, in this social media age of instant clickbait headlines, we would have written off Kobe Bryant if he came into the league today and posted the numbers that he did in his first 3 seasons. 14.3 points per game on 43.7% from the field, but just 3.4 boards and 2.5 assists a night to go along with it. For someone playing on the Los Angeles Lakers who thought he was good enough to go at MJ, you can't tell me that there wouldn't have been just as many, if not more, videos on Kobe being a bust than there was about Zion being a bust. It's a shame. We expect 19, 20, and 21-year-olds to be on the level of the league's greatest players. Like, do people even understand how much physical maturity happens between the traditional 4 years of high school to college and then the ensuing 4 years after college? Zion is 22 years old. The fact that he's already as good as he is now is incredible. And by the way, in his first 3 seasons, he's averaging more points on a better field goal percentage than Anthony Davis did during his first 3 seasons for the same organization. Granted, Zion's played in far fewer games, but still, the point remains. And that's all I got to say about that. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And to wrap up, what are realistic expectations for the Pelicans this season? While they hold the number 1 spot right now, I don't believe it's realistic to think that they're going to finish there, but likely top 5 for sure. I think they can win a first-round matchup against the Dallas, Sacramento, Portland, or Minnesota. Then if they catch the Suns in the second round, well, Phoenix better watch out. They have a legit shot at making the Western Conference Finals, and it's this destination that I believe is a realistic expectation for Pelicans fans. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. How far do you think Zion can take the Pelicans this season? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, we'll be back with more Topic Tackle soon. Stay solid, people.